So, hi, this is Boris. Welcome to Movie Messenger. So today I have another guest. So why don't you introduce yourself, man?
Hi, my name is Natt. I was originally born in Thailand, but I moved to America when I was really young and spent most of my life there. And I came back about 4 or 5 years ago, mainly for work, and I've been here ever since.
That's great. And so what do you do?
I do purchasing for a machining company way out in Pathum Thani.
I didn't know that you were in purchasing. Are you in purchasing? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was in purchasing.
All right.
I was in automotive.
Uh-huh.
Okay, anyway. No, we were just talking about the things that you are into.
Okay.
And you talked about magic, which like I said, I showed you the channel
Yeah.
I'm subscribed to, which is called the Ristic Studies.
Uh-huh.
So they talk about magic game,
Right.
and I look at it just for the artwork.
Uh-huh.
And so why don't you explain, because you do play magic?
Yeah. Well, it's been around for actually this year. It's their 25th anniversary.
Wow.
It's like the original trading card game, and it's basically like chess, but like on steroid, but like so much more in depth. And what?
With chess with cool artwork.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there are over like 10,000 different individual cards. You know that you can combine them to make a deck.
Okay.
And you use that to play with other people. And the cards they represent spells or creatures, so you can fight with your opponents. And basically the story of magic is it takes place in different, every year they change the setting from different world, different planets to different planets. And there are these beings called the planeswalker. They can travel from different planet to different planets, so that way there's certain characters you stay attached to while they change the settings every year to keep it fresh. And a lot of the cards are represent the situation that happened in the storyline, or the characters that these planeswalkers they encounter or meet in different planets.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's basically
so. Because I thought it was only taking place on Earth, so it's like fantasy, it's not. Okay, so it takes it goes into science fiction space and.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's like a match between.
But so you the well-known, the most famous is Dungeons and Dragons, right? Like you said, which is the one that started it all.
It's more like a table. It's more like a it's that's really no card. I've never played it, but from what I know, it's there's no card involved. It's you're given a book, and you create your own adventure based on this book.
Okay.
Yes.
But it's because there are a lot of mobile games now which are really famous in Bangkok.
Yeah.
I think which are kind of based on that principle, right? Of having a army or a team of different characters. And when I always see these people in BTS or someone playing, I don't think they are putting any effort. I just feel like they are pushing random buttons. How do you feel? Somehow, when I don't know how to say it. When someone says there was a period when you were a geek, you have to make the work to find the stuff.
Yeah.
And now, even if you're not a geek, everything is spoon fed to you. They push it into you. And those mobile games, are they valid in your magic? What do your friends on you think about those kinds of mobile games?
Well, there's a game that's a card base in mobile game that's pretty popular. It's called Hearthstone. It's
I think it's the same company that made it's Blizzard, right? Blizzard.
Well, Blizzard made Hearthstone, but then Magic made by Wizard of the Coast, which is owned by Hasbro.
Oh, okay. I see.
But the Hearthstone is they took a lot of inspiration from Magic, but they simplify it. So that's not actual card to hold. It's just all digital.
Yeah.
And they streamline it so a Magic match can last maybe 15-20 minutes. but Hearthstone matches.
So it's that precise, like like and for example, when you're playing with cards, like how do you? So in the card it says how long it lasts.
No, it's just like the pace of the match. Like there are like different strategies. Like somebody can play like there are three main strategies. You can like rush them to get end the match as quickly as possible. Like you focus on speed.
Mm-hmm.
And another strategy is like it's called control. It's basically you like control the pace of the match to kind of like grind your opponent down like slowly until they just can't fight you anymore.
Okay.
And another strategy, and the last strategy is called a combo. It's like you combine like the effects of like 2 or 3 different cards to just make it like to just completely like lock down the game and turn it in your favor.
Okay.
So the game typically lasts like 15 to 20 minutes, but sometimes it can last like hours depending on like different strategies that you're facing against or you're using.
Yeah. No, because you started saying that it's like a chess game. So there are like certain archetypes or types of characters which they can only make certain moves.
Yeah, like instead of characters, there are like 5 colors, and each colors represent like different philosophies of like this whole like magic universe.
Yeah. It's kind of like when in Lord of the Rings you have the dwarves, you have the knights, you have elves, and so there's all of that comes from I think J.R.R. Tolkien. Yeah. Okay, very good. So that's magic. So you play that with your friends?
Yes, I've been playing for like on and off for like maybe 15 or maybe 20 years now.
That's great. Okay. So is there a certain level that you achieve when you play for so long? Like,
well, I used to compete. Like every now and then they have like tournaments, like official tournament. That's like Wizard of the Coast, the company makes Magic like sanction.
Mm-hmm.
But like I competed for like for a few years, and you can actually get to the level where you like make a living out of it. People like travel to like
just like the guys who play video games.
Yeah. But like I never got to that level because I just don't have the time. But I still play like casually and still like buy new cards and all that.
And let's transition into like we're talking about video games. Like, do you play video games?
Yeah.
Okay. So what games are you playing? Any games right now?
I mainly play Overwatch.
Okay.
And
that's super popular, isn't it? Like everybody's talking about that.
A little bit of Fortnite.
Okay. That's another one that everybody's like. No, I don't know. Like I used to have a PS3. I wanted to buy a PS4, but then I had to save up to that.
Oh, I mainly play on the PC anyway.
Yeah, Fortnite is on PC, right? But the thing is, I have this computer, but I just can't find a way to connect it to Wi-Fi. I used to use Ethernet cable, and I tried to use the USB key, and it's not working. So I don't know why. Anyway, I'm just trying to figure that out because I was really into. I don't know if you remember Counter-Strike.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I remember when I was in India, we were really into Counter-Strike. We played every day, and we even joined the national tournament in India.
Oh, okay.
And I think we went. We mostly beat like a lot of teams in the south of India. So and I think we were quite strong, but then we got like defeated by like some guys who are really, I don't know how this like some guys are really strong. So that's cool. And so yeah, video game. I don't know. Like so, Vidvat, who did the podcast with me before, he's a game creator. He develops games. He makes his own games. Cool. I think he's. I'm sorry if I make a mistake in the name, but I think his game is called Lovely Planet.
Oh, okay.
Currently, it's really well known in the indie gamers. I mean, indie game making community, right? So, and we were just talking about the fact that games have, I don't know, somehow become too easy. Like if you go look at like Gods of War, which looks really amazing, but, they tell you what to do because otherwise you'll be lost because the world is like an open world. So, and what do you think about like? Did you feel that the games have become easy?
Well, I think like like when I first started playing games back in like Nintendo or Super Nintendo, like I think like like game developers, they have like so much like like things to like take from, and to like they have so much like experience and like knowledge from all the past that they can like apply to like to the current like generation of games. And I think that like like, and they have to make it like easy because let's face it, like
You're talking about for kids.
yeah, for kids, like let's face it, like our attention span were connected to like social media and whatever, like back then there's no like internet. You're like I used to play Mega Man, like you played it until you beat it, and there's no guide to it, because they don't know how. Maybe a lot of people that don't know how to like develop game. Back then they just kind of like just make it fun and interesting. Like it's hard, oh wow, you just keep playing until you beat it. And maybe people have more like longer attention span before like
that's I'm not sure, but that's a criticism I hear, that people have shorter attention span. I don't know if it's true, because on one hand people do say that people's attention span is getting shorter, but I just noticed this new trend in cinema. If I go to cinema, for example, I noticed that all the movies have become really big, like really long. I don't know if you noticed that. Like the big budget movies, like Mission Impossible, the superhero movies, and so on. They become like Indian movies, because Indian movies are 2.5 hours long. I mean, because they have also songs in it, right? So, and I remember people always complaining about Indian movies that it was too long. Sorry, but now I feel like all the movies are sort of becoming longer, right? And the other thing is like more and more people listen to podcasts, listen to audiobooks. So I don't know. I'm not sure if it's getting shorter, because people do love long form content. Like for example, I love listening to the podcast just like hours and hours, like when I walk or when I even when I go to the gym. I know a lot of people put like really upbeat music or something. I just put podcasts about movies, and then that just pumps me up. No, anyway, no, that's I don't know. I'm not sure if that's.
I think like maybe my personal opinion is like movies are getting longer because people like one studio makes a movie long and it's really good, and then it just kind of started a trend that people expect
maybe
bigger and better and better and better.
Yeah.
And then I think
the other example is TV like series have become really popular, because now people, they can tell stories over hours and hours, and they take their time to develop characters. I think so. Kind of, I guess you're right. I think maybe movies are trying to sort of imitate TV, because TVs take more time to develop characters. And anyway, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know if there are any studies showing that attention span is getting shorter. I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised, because what about movies? What's the last movie you have seen?
Actually, it was like a couple of days ago. I just saw Christopher Robin's. Like,
is it already out?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't. I wanted to see it.
Like it's like
don't tell me. I mean how. I mean yeah. You can tell us how it was, but don't spoil anything.
It just I saw like the last showing of like at a mall. So it's like I like the last showing that they cut the price.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a lot of like nothing really happens, but it's like but it's like fun.
Okay.
But it is what it's not gonna be like, it's not gonna blow you away, because Winnie the Pooh.
Were you a fan of those cartoons?
Not really. I just I saw the trailer, and like the animation and stuff looks interesting. That's the main thing that draws me.
They tried to keep it as close as possible to the original design, I guess.
Yeah.
No. It's but was it emotional? Like did it?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
But it ends well. I'll leave it at that.
Anyway. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's there are certain movies which make me emotional. So, like I said, like last time with Joao, we ended up having a discussion about superheroes, right? So, because his argument was like, if you get excited about superheroes, that means that you didn't grow up. And I was like, energy that is put into Shakespeare is the same energy that is created Superman and Batman. So they're part of the same reality, right? So I always like, even when friends always talk against fantasy, like for example Game of Thrones, right? It's fantasy, but it's a very human story, because if I tell you, okay, imagine, okay, you can imagine whatever you want, but if I tell you, imagine an emotion, like try to create a new emotion, you can't, right? Because so in a way, you come back. The core is very human. So and at the end of the day, like as an artist, as a guy who does comics, and that's right, you always put something real wrapped in comedy. Like we can talk about stand-up comedians, which I'm very nerd for stand-up comedians. That's what I was also telling him. Like, even when people make jokes, stand-up comedians are, like, at least the best ones are the most brilliant people, because they have a way of looking at things that we all live, but they are the ones who catch that that important thing, and then you agree more with stand-up comedians than with politicians.
Like they can take like serious topic. They can talk about serious topic, but in a funny way, and then like you can't really like, and then like if you disagree with it, you can argue. You can there are certain ways they can get away from like getting out of like a debate or an argument just because it's funny.
Yeah. No, it's sort of like, I think the artists have this power. I think that's why, like, a lot of times in the past, when religious groups and so on, political groups try to take out artists, because artists have this power of, they can say something, but they can get away with it in a way. For example, I can take the example of like the songs. If you tell a woman that you want to have sex with her, she will be offended. But then if you sing it and you say that you want to have sex with her, like, you kind of get away with it, because it's a song, it's art, right?
Yeah, you can get away with like, oh, I wasn't really asking her, I was just singing to her.
Yeah, exactly. So anything sounds good when you sing it.
It's like indirect.
Yes, yeah. Let's transition into a little bit about comedy, because I love comedy. I don't know. I grew up in India with, of course, people don't know, because it's about Indian cinema. Like the comedy in Indian cinema is very specific, and it's brilliant actually. It's very it's almost, maybe I'll make a video about it, but it's always almost musical in a way, because comedy is about timing, I think. So we talked about Key and Peele. So you're the first person in in Bangkok that knows Key and Peele.
Well, I've only seen like the 2 movies.
Okay, so you've seen movies, but you have not seen the
I've seen a sketch.
Sketch, yeah.
Yeah, like a little bit, yeah, but like.
So which ones have you seen? Do you remember the?
I don't remember. Like
on YouTube, it's free on YouTube. Like you can watch, and it's super. It's brilliant, right? Because they do what I'm saying. Like, they take something that we notice, like small things, like little subtle, and then they just blow it up, and then they just and it becomes comedy, and it's amazing. The 2 movies you've seen is Keanu, which is one of the few action movies with the kitten.
Yeah.
I don't think there are any other movies like that. So, and the other one is Get Out.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Get Out is brilliant. So, and I'm really, like, how do you understand it? Get Out.
Well, I grew up in America, so like I kind of get it, like, the whole racism thing, and they turn like the serious subject into a ridiculous, like, show like the ridiculousness of like this serious subject. And like they get and they still manage to get the message across. Like how ridiculous it is. That's what got out.
That's really impressive, because I was always thinking about that, but I couldn't exactly put the finger on it, right? Like what it is that is bothering me, or why are Caucasian people really uncomfortable around me, and they sometimes feel like they are nicer to me than they have to be. I don't know. I couldn't really explain that thing, right? So then he comes out with this movie, and that's why I love art, because artists sometimes say things that you have been thinking, but you didn't have the intelligence to express it.
Yeah.
So and they come in and they just say it in one line, or they just say it in one panel. If it's a comic book, they say it in one scene with the movie. It's so. What are the comedians? Do you follow comedians? Like, you watch stand-up comedy shows?
Yeah, every now and then. When it was on Netflix, so I watched Dave Chappelle. I think everybody knows.
He's the best, yeah. And he came back and he did three specials.
Yeah.
No, 4. 3
I saw 2 so far, and I like Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
But he's on the safe side. He doesn't get too
But I think in terms of talk show hosts, he's the funniest one. I mean, there was Craig Ferguson.
Yeah,
but he retired. And David Letterman was also really good, but he also retired.
Yeah. And I liked Kevin Hart was okay. I mean,
so the Kevin Hart is super funny in stand-up comedy, but I think they're wasting his talent on movies, because they put him in a movie, and all he does, he just reacts.
Yeah.
And
it's just like being himself.
Yeah, but I know stand-up comedy is also a bit of a reaction to what's going on around you, but I don't know. I feel like Kevin in this stand-up comedy, he has such a control over everything that everything revolves around him, right? But when they put him in a movie, I feel like he's just there trying to fit in, and it feels weird. I don't know, like everything is like overplayed, I can't do what he does because he's a genius, but I always feel that he's not well used in movies. Kevin Hart and
George Carlin. He's dead now, but he's very critical. I like him a lot.
I mean, he's the best, and I think everybody looks up to him, like Richard Pryor, George Carlin. I think every comedian mentions them, right? So.
And then Louis Black, I like him a lot too.
Sorry, who?
I think it's Louis Black.
Louis Black? Is it Louis Black? No, I have not heard of him.
He's in he does stand up, but he's also in a few movies every now and then.
Okay, I don't know. I might have heard of him, but there's also there are a lot of, because Chris Rock, of course. Chris Rock is also really, so when I was in university, I discovered Russell Peters because he was big on YouTube. His special that he put out became really famous, and he became famous like for his the different accents he does. Have you watched any of his shows, Russell Peters?
I might have seen one.
Canadian.
I might have seen one.
Yeah, he's. I think the big. He's a little bit on. I mean, like some of his shows are really funny. Like Notorious, he did one. It's on Netflix.
Oh yeah. I definitely seen that then. Okay,
that's funny. I really love that. That's where he talks about Bangkok. But I think the other one he did was okay. But like sometimes it's. I guess comedians have these moments, right? Like sometimes they are. Like that's why I love Dave Chappelle, because every shows I've seen, like the ones which are on YouTube, the ones which are on Netflix, they're all funny. Like I don't know how he does it, but he's really. But I think the first I think I got introduced because I didn't know that most of the actors were stand-up comedians, like Jim Carrey, Robin Williams, Eddie Murphy. So the first DVD I bought of stand-up comedy was Raw by Eddie Murphy and Delirious. That's when I watched it. Wow, like people can do this, like so that was really eye-opening, and that was amazing. So I'm trying to think of. So recently sometimes people are really famous, but you just discover them really late. Like when you introduced me to Mitch Hedberg, he's amazing. Like he has his own style of comedy, which is very dry and it's almost like a time bomb, right? Like he says it and then you understand it. You have to catch up to him a little bit.
Yeah.
Like who else? Uh, I mean, so I listen to Joe Rogan's podcast, so
Uh-huh.
The one special he did on Netflix is also really funny. Hannibal Buress, do you know Hannibal Buress?
No.
He's in a lot of movies.
Oh.
Also, he's actually in. Have you seen Spider-Man: Homecoming?
Yes.
He's the coach. He's the guy who.
Oh, okay.
Who puts the TV on
Yeah,
with the Captain America and he says
probably like
he's a war hero, but
wanted
anyway,
now.
he's wanted now. Are you any fan of any filmmakers, or like how do you decide to go watch a movie?
Well, I'll basically go watch anything by Quentin Tarantino. It can be
Right, yeah.
It can be like about like paint drawing, and I'll still watch it. And a lot of that's Quentin Tarantino that I'm in love with
Yeah.
And Edgar Wright.
Wow.
He's a genius.
He's a genius. Yeah.
Like he has his own distinct style. Especially a lot of his movies when there's transition from one scene to another.
Yeah.
That tiny little transition. I just love it.
Tony Zhu, what's his name? The Every Frame Painting, the YouTube channel. They made a video about it.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen the video?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. So he's I think he's one of the few directors. I think Quentin Tarantino, because they're both geeks.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but Edgar Wright used to live with Quentin Tarantino because
really? I didn't know that.
When Edgar Wright came to US,
Uh-huh.
I don't know why, but I think they became friends and they were both film geeks, right?
Uh-huh.
So they would always spend days talking about movies and filmmakers, actors, and B-grade grindhouse movies that nobody knows, but only they know. And so actually, if you are interested, in both of these directors, there's a Hot Fuzz, right?
I actually just saw it a day or 2 days ago.
So in YouTube, next time you watch the movie, on YouTube they made a audio commentary, Quentin Tarantino and Edgar Wright for Hot Fuzz, and so they talk about Hot Fuzz a little bit, but then they go on this tangent of they just start talking about geeking out over it, and it's really amazing. And actually, I'm taking note of all the movies they are talking about, and then I just try to watch them afterwards. So what do you think about Quentin's last movie? Because a lot of people didn't like it. I love that Hateful Eight.
It's slow. It's like a slow burn. It's not like bam bam bam.
It's not like Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah. It's like a slow burn, but if you're into it, you're into it. But if not, you're just not. You're just not. And the dialogue, I think keeps it just interesting enough to to get you through. But but a lot of people are just I actually went with a friend and he was more interested in the action. He thought it was gonna be
Okay. So he was bored. Basically?
Yeah, the dialogue wouldn't keep him I
don't know why, but people again people hate all sorts of things, but I love that movie. I watched it I don't know how many times, and even if if somebody asks, do you want to watch it, I'll be like, yeah, sure. Because I think, and also if I want to if I want to write dialogue for something, like for my comic or for some other thing, if I want to be inspired, I watch Hateful Eight. It's just, I don't know, there's something in it that inspires you to write really great dialogue. Sometimes there are some songs that people listen to before writing something or before painting or whatever. Hateful Eight for me is I watch it before I write dialogue because there's something I don't know.
Well, Reservoir Dogs got some good dialogue.
Yeah.
And
actually, I have to maybe do a Tarantino marathon. Watch all these movies.
And the way that actors deliver the dialogue in Reservoir Dogs was just
he's
right.
he loves working with actors, and he gets the best performance from actors. And so okay, Quentin Tarantino, Edgar Wright. So you've seen Baby Driver, right?
Yes.
So last time, we watched Baby Driver with Pat, and it's a really great movie. And hi, this is Boris. Just jumping in to tell you that thank you for listening, or thank you for watching if you're watching this on YouTube. So this is part 1 of a 2-parter we did. So stay tuned. I'll be uploading part 2 very soon.